If you're a high achieving, successful woman who's struggling in dating, then the reality is that there might be some wounds from your past that are literally repelling the quality men that you want. It has nothing to do with your looks, how much money you make, how successful you are, your age, or whether or not all the good men are taken, because I promise you they are not. Good men are everywhere. It's really more about the invisible emotional patterns that are running in the background of your life. And until those are dealt with and they're healed, you're going to keep reliving the same story over and over again. So today, I'm going to show you how to identify the most common wounds and how to begin healing those exact wounds that are sabotaging your love life. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're also sabotaging other parts of your life, so you can finally attract a healthy masculine provider man where the relationship is deep and secure and you actually get the love that you deserve. So hi, my name is Amanda. Welcome to this channel where we talk about how to manifest what you want in life without all the extra stress, chaos, and drama that most people are accustomed to. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Lately, we've been talking a lot about relationship dynamics. We've been talking a lot about what makes healthy relationships, feminine energy, masculine energy. It's based on my 15 years of experience coaching women in different areas of their lives, and also spending about 5 or 6 years around very high performing men who I had as mentors and asking them about what they were looking for and what they were struggling with in dating. So if you're interested in that content, make sure to subscribe. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up because it helps us get it in front of more women. This is such a confusing topic right now in the world. Dating and relationships and marriage, all this stuff is a mess. And our goal here on this channel is to help you make sense of it all so that people can heal relationships, so they can get in healthier relationships with themselves. When they get in healthier relationships with themselves, and they pick better partners, and then it's better for society overall. So make sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, I will share the extra resources for those of you who want to go deeper. In this case, products and services that I recommend for those of you who want to go deeper are: number one, the High Value Woman Transformation Program, because that's the one where we go really deep into core wounds. We're going to do a cursory overview today for YouTube, but we go really deep into it in the High Value Woman Transformation Program. And then, of course, if you want to work with me privately on your specific situation, then you can apply for that below. So here's the issue, right? Here's the problem and the story that I keep hearing over and over again. You meet someone promising, and then he pulls away. You give, you overfunction, you excuse the red flags, you already saw yourself with a white picket fence and married in your head, it doesn't work out, and then what ends up happening more often than not is that you really start to blame yourself. And what's going on is you're saying things out of your mouth like, I want love, I want a healthy partnership, I want a healthy relationship, but your energy is actually screaming, stay away. And what's going on is that's actually your wounds talking, not your truth. A lot of times it's also your trauma talking and not your worth. And what's happening is that men aren't necessarily reacting to what you say. They're reacting to what you believe about love and safety and men deep down inside. That's why you will have so many women who say things like, I want a healthy relationship, I want a provider man, I want to feel devoted to and safe and secure, but then they keep choosing the wrong men. That's what, or the wrong men, or the men who are a pain in the ass, or the emotionally unavailable men, or the non-committal men, or the feminized men are attracted to them like a magnet. So here are the 5 most common hidden wounds. And we're going to go through them very briefly. So again, if you want to go really deep into it and how to heal each one of these wounds in your life, then make sure to check out our High Value Woman Transformation Program. As soon as you purchase it, you just get access in our member portal and you can start going through all of it. And in a few weeks, you're already going to start understanding like what's actually going on, what's actually running the show and the programming behind the scenes. What energy am I showing up with in this area of my life? Because everything is energy at the end of the day. So wound number 1 that could be running the show is the abandonment wound. So the origin could be that a parent or a partner left either physically or emotionally. The pattern is that you're attracted to avoidant men. So you do the chasing and you do the overgiving. You're the one who keeps ending up with the non-committal men. The subconscious belief here is if I'm perfect, then they will stay. I have a little bit of this one that I've had to work through, so I understand if that's you. The truth is that you are worthy of consistent love that does not need to be earned. Now, how you get to that truth, we cover more in the High Value Woman Transformation Program, where we have exercises and journaling prompts and all those things that you can go through. So make sure to grab it below. Wound number 2 is the rejection wound, right? So the origin here is that you felt unwanted or emotionally rejected early on. The pattern is that you have a tendency of overcompensating. So you have a fear of being either too much or not enough. So you start to like mold yourself and twist yourself like a pretzel. And the subconscious belief here is, if I fully show up, then I will be rejected. So let me dim my light so that I do not get rejected. The truth is that the right love is going to meet you with your full expression and your acceptance of yourself. Wound number 3 is the betrayal wound. A lot of people have this one. So the origin here, someone broke your trust. Maybe it was a partner, maybe it was a friend, maybe it was a business situation, maybe it was a romantic relationship, you got cheated on. There's so many different ways in which the betrayal wound can actually show up. The pattern here is you attract liars, you attract cheaters, you attract emotionally unavailable, non-committal men. And the subconscious belief here is, I have to control everything in order to stay safe. A lot of women have this one. And then ironically, they keep ending up attracting the very thing that they're trying to avoid. And the truth here is that real love is actually built on trust, not on control or hypervigilance. Wound number 4 that is most common is the invisibility wound. So the origin here is that you felt emotionally neglected, or you always had to be strong. I've also dealt with this one, so raising my hand. The pattern here is that you do not feel seen or chosen, and you just kind of fade into the background. Now, the subconscious belief here is, I have to prove my value in order to be picked. This is where we get the pick-me-shas, for example. The truth is that you don't actually have to earn visibility or love or anything. It's more about you owning it and taking up space. And the final wound that is most common is the worthiness wound, and everybody has this one to some degree. So you might notice that maybe there's a bit of a mix that you might have. Totally normal, and everyone has some sort of a worthiness wound. So the origin is that you grew up feeling not enough. So maybe you were too much, too sensitive, too different. For whatever reason, you are not enough. And everyone on the planet has this one in some way, shape, or form. The pattern is that you settle, and there's a lot of women out here settling for men, let me tell you, right? So you tolerate crumbs, you shrink, you tolerate poor behavior, you tolerate people treating you like crap, you tolerate a lot, to be honest. And this is probably the one that we see the most, is a lot of women who tolerate poor behavior from men. And the subconscious belief is, I'm not enough to be fully loved. I am not worthy enough to be fully loved. And the truth is, worth is not earned, it's inherent. The reality is that you are already enough, but you need to believe that you are already enough, and then you'll start attracting people who don't treat you like crap. So here's how we start to shift this narrative, right? The wounds are not your fault. Everybody has them. Our parents were not perfect. Our teachers were not perfect. We come to this world to learn different lessons and things like that. So the wounds are not your fault. You did not create them. However, healing them is your responsibility, because once you become aware of them, now you have a responsibility to actually change something. Otherwise, you're just going to live in a self-made hell at that point. So once you start healing, your energy starts to shift. The types of partners that you attract changes. The opportunities change. You stop chasing. You attract men who actually see you. The cheaters don't even see you anymore. And you start attracting men who choose you and stay. A lot of you have asked about the worthiness thing. How do I become worthy? Well, this is your starting point right here. It's a belief at the end of the day. And for those of you who have asked specifically about well, how do I deal with worthiness issues that I have, then I highly recommend getting the High Value Woman Transformation Program, because it's going to start fixing that right up. Because the reality is these wounds and healing them is not really an overnight fix, right? The good news is that you don't have to do it alone. So if you get the training that you need from a certified coach who's been doing this for 15 years, you are more likely to start overcoming these things. So for those of you who keep asking in the comment section, thinking that I'm going to give you a whole drawn out answer in the comment section without knowing anything about you at all, I can start getting to know more about you once you enter one of our containers, and then I'm able to get more context from you in terms of what's going on. And the best place to start doing that is the High Value Woman Transformation Program, because you're going to get deeper breakdowns of each wound. You're going to get journal prompts, healing practices, embodiment exercises, and you're going to get a lot more having to do with feminine energy, dating, the psychology of men, and how to have a full life, how to have an active life, how to have a life that you actually love and makes you naturally attractive. So all you need to do is click on the link for High Value Woman Transformation below, and as soon as you make your purchase, it'll be available for you in our membership portal. So with the information that you got from this video, I want to know which of these resonated with you the most. So please leave it in the comments, because I would love to support you. And if you are ready to attract love from a place of wholeness, power, worthiness, and love, then subscribe and hit the bell, because we've got about 3 videos coming out a week right now. And if you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, to share it with other women who are also struggling with the same things. And what I want you to know more than anything is that you are not broken. You are not, there's nothing wrong with you. We all go through these things. You are becoming. And your love story is really just getting started. And your love story starts with you and actually moving and healing through some of these core wounds. Thank you so much for giving me your time today, and I'll catch you on the next one.